All right, so the Crew Motorfest is coming out, and it has been a while since I've played even the Crew 2. I played through the whole game. Oh, jeez, I don't even know. I played through the whole game a while ago. Never played the Crew 1. Played through the Crew 2 a long time ago. Never really was like a huge fan of it, but I really liked some of the concepts of it. Obviously, I really like open world games. I really like the huge car selection. Um, I really like the open world, like it's compacted version or scaled down version of the entire map of the U.S. Um, which is great. I like the car selection, the variety. You have planes, motorcycles too, a lot of other crazy stuff. But there's a lot of things I really didn't like about it. I didn't like the way the driving felt. I thought there were a lot of events that just didn't feel as polished as just the normal driving was, the bikes and the cars itself. Um, and obviously, I mean, it's Ubisoft, which Ubisoft doesn't always do the best thing, and then there's like a lot of paid extras, which is kind of just how games are nowadays. Which I guess that's just the industry itself, right? Um, but the game itself is is it good enough? Is good enough. It's just been a while since I played. There's a lot of other games that I play in my free time, but I wanted to hop back in and just kind of see what it was like to play. I haven't played in a long time, and the Crew Motorfest is coming out at this point in a few days. I don't actually know the release date. I haven't pre-ordered it. I don't honestly know if I'm going to get it. Um, it's not the same map, which is probably a good thing. They've used the same U.S. map for the last couple games. It's a little bit different, but from what I can tell, it seems like it's mostly the same thing. Same cars, same ideas. Probably it seems a little more refined, which is a good thing. But I just kind of wanted to see, I don't know, if if I wanted to get back into the crew. I don't know. So here I am doing the longest race in the game, at least from the driving aspect, which is the thing I'm most interested in. I do like flying. I do like bikes. Actually, I really wish I could do this race in bikes. I think the bike aspect of the crew is a really good part of this game. I actually really enjoy riding bikes in this game, and I do have quite a few bikes in this game. But you can't. You can only use hypercars. So I'm here in the P1. I'm just doing the coast-to-coast hypercar, the New York hypercar race, and just going from coast to coast. Using a controller. I'm not using a wheel for this. I have used a wheel. I think this game using a wheel is really is a good time. But it's just I'm just using a controller. I didn't feel like hooking up the wheel for this. It's a great way to see the whole map. Just doing this. Shit. And I think it's a great way to kind of see just like they did a really great job with this map. I do think that that's a great thing. I'm kind of interested to see in Motorfest, since it is just Hawaii, how they kind of keep it interesting, because Hawaii doesn't have the diversity of like biome that obviously the entire United States does. The United States, especially in this race alone, you get you get the two coasts, you get the mountains, you get a little bit of everything just in here in this one race alone, and that's kind of what I'm kind of disappointed about, in seeing that it's going to just kind of Hawaii itself, especially. I don't know, it's just like one island. Although it does kind of remind me of Test Drive Unlimited, and honestly, I mean, that game's a good enough time. I really enjoy Test Drive Unlimited, except with more diverse choice in vehicle. So who really knows? It might just be that. But I mean, that's kind of the problem with setting such a high standard for yourself in with like the Crew 1 and 2 is like. It almost seems like a huge downgrade in map, going from the entire U.S. to just one large state. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to like drive up some volcanoes or maybe come in some contact with some lava or something, but like it's not that's not really the point of the game, to like destroy yourself in some volcanoes or anything like that. So I'm not sure if that really matters. As far as I know, there's not like a whole lot of snow or like a whole lot of anything except for just tropicalness in Hawaii. So I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do like the snow events or anything that I remember there being in, or like deserts, or anything. It's going to be like tropical. It's going to be sand. There's going to be some mountains. But other than that, there's not really going to be a whole lot of diversity in the environment in Hawaii. Also, the first thing that I saw when I logged into the Crew 2 was, hey, you can bring over your cars from the Crew 2 into Motorfest, and that just kind of makes me feel like, is there going to be a whole lot of new things in new vehicles in Motorfest, or is it just going to be a lot of like the same things ported over? Is it going to feel different? Obviously, I haven't gotten hands-on with Motorfest like a lot of people may have. I've seen like the creator space or anything like that, because I'm nobody. So from what I've seen, like people have said it feels a little different. I've never really been a huge fan of the way driving has felt in this game. I really like the way bikes feel. Off-roading feels alright, off-road racing feels alright, but and flying feels okay, but like I don't really care too much for flying and boats in this game. But just the driving, if you're not like using a wheel, just feels kind of mid as far as racing games goes nowadays. So I'm hoping they've done something to refine that a little bit. At least with people who just use, a keyboard or like a controller. If you use a wheel and pedals, it feels okay. It still feels a little arcade-ish, but I'm hoping they do something to refine it just a little bit more for people who just want a decent experience with like a mouse, or not a mouse, but like a keyboard and a controller. Because, at least for me, I'm not a huge fan of it. Maybe I'm just used to more, like, older Need for Speeds, and then, like, newer, like, sim racers, kind of, but, yeah, I'm not sure. Also, I think maybe I'm also kind of used to the way, like, Grand Theft Auto games and other kind of, open world games like that handle driving, which is a little bit more realistic, and this, like I said, this feels a little more arcadey. So I know a lot of people have been very excited for the Crew Motorfest. I'm just a little more on the fence about it, I feel. But there are things that I have liked about the Crew and the Crew 2. Like I said, the world has always been, or like the environment has always been really good. The diversity and choice of vehicles has always been really good. I think they've always tried to do their best in keeping it interesting as far as weekly or like their events. If anything, I feel like there's a little too much. Hold on, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I don't actually know where I'm going. So it always seems like a little like too much, but maybe that's because I just don't play this game. So like the menus just seems like there's always like a lot. Like with Forza Horizon, it's just like one place. It's the weekly Forzathon event, and like that's it. The menu seems simple to me. The Crew menu always just seems very like convoluted. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. I'm sure I'm the problem. But in the Crew, it always just seems like there's a lot to do, maybe too much. Even when I was playing this game back when I first got it, I was playing it kind of regularly, just try to get through the game in like my spare time. It just like, it seemed like a little too much, and the menu always seemed a little bit too complex. But I don't know. That's not necessarily a problem because some games do just give you too little to do. So I don't know. I might eventually get the Crew Motorfest. I hopped back into this just to play it again do this long drive. At first, I was just kind of like driving around some cars and just kind of going through different parts of the map and riding some bikes. I flew a plane, drove a couple of my cars, and then I was like, let's do that long drive and kind of to see what was good with it, and then figured I'd just make this. And honestly, I'm gonna stop talking and just kind of let the rest of the drive be quiet. But let me know what everyone else is thinking about the Crew Motorfest. If you're excited, if you're on the fence, if you hated the Crew, loved the Crew, what are your feelings about Ubisoft as a whole, or honestly just what you're feeling about it. So like I said, I'm gonna let the rest of this drive be quiet, and yeah, all right. Alright, as we get into the final 12% of the race here, I saw the Golden Gate Bridge, which is the finish line, as we were coming into this like canyon here. I've been trying to think of the way to describe how I don't like the driving in this game. The words to describe, how to describe it. Irresponsive and inconsistent is like the best way I can describe it. I described it as arcadey or arcadish before, and as I've been driving, I've been like noticing like more like, and this was my problem before. As you go into a turn, your car will like grip, and this isn't like a problem with hypercars or like sports cars, or if it's front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, if it's the hypercars or like slower cars or trucks or race the race cars or F1 cars or rally cars. It doesn't even matter what kind of car it is or how fast it is or slow it is. It doesn't matter. It's all vehicles, all cars. I've noticed no matter what, you'll go into a corner and your car will grip, and then. And it doesn't matter if like you brake before a corner, which is like how you should brake realistically, and then like drive through the corner, or if like you brake all the way through a corner, or if you drive through a corner without braking. If you steer through a corner at all, your car will grip through a corner, and then all of a sudden it will just lose grip, and then car will just steer however it wants to, and then you'll just veer off like into the side. Like it'll just decide to lose grip. It's an inconsistent and irresponsive. It's inconsistent and irresponsive steering. And then you'll be like, okay, so now I know how much I have to steer, or like when I have to brake for the next corner. That's like that corner. But then it'll just be like, no. Your car will act differently. Even if the corner is the same, your car will act differently in the next corner. That's like the same corner before. If I'm making any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense. You got two corners that are the same, but your car will act differently. Your car will act differently in them both. It's a very arcadey way of having a car behave, and I don't like it. And I'm not a perfect driver. I'm not saying that like my driving would be perfect if the car acted better, but it's just a very annoying way to have a car behave, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not how cars act. Like sometimes cars in real life are like unpredictable, but not like in this way. You can usually kind of feel how a car is gonna react. You can kind of predict that based on like what a car did in the last corner of the same type. But like, I don't know. That's my biggest gripe with this game, and I hope that they really fix the way cars drive for Motorfest. But anyway, as we come up, we're coming up on the end. It's the final like stretch here. We're coming up on the bridge. I hope you enjoyed my driving, my crashing, my little rants, and okay, see, that was just me being stupid. But I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, let me know what you think of the Crew 2, the Crew Motorfest. If you've played it, you've seen this after it's come out. If you've had fun with any of the Crew games. Like I said, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll try to get some hands-on experience with it first. Or something. I don't know. Or I'll wait for it to go on sale. But I'm not super excited about it. I've never really been excited for anything Ubisoft. At least not since like Watch Dogs 2. But, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed my rants or have any comments or want to tell me how I'm just wrong or I'm just bad at driving or whatever, I don't care. Let me know, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.